good YouTube? It's your boy Legendary EA. We are back here for another episode of the Timberwolves series. Now, if you guys enjoyed this series and want to see more, spam that like button. Let's aim for 70 plus likes. And if you guys missed the last one, man, we're going to be making a lot of big moves in this episode. So obviously, we did get eliminated in the last video, and the Memphis Grizzlies won the championship, which surprised all of us. And at that time, I just said, like, we got to make some kind of moves. Like, we got to make some big, drastic move, and I pretty much laid it all out. I said I would like to be able to, you know, maybe go after Bradley Beal. Of course, look at Devin Booker. But even going after Imani Bates might be the best move for us. Like, just look at this. Like, I've already made it clear. The only untouchable on this team is Cat. Everyone else is pretty much free game. Like, yes, we finally made the playoffs, but they're like, we feel like we are wasting money in some ways. And you know, going after somebody like Imani Bates might be the best move for us, since he can play the power forward or small forward spot for us. But of course, we already have Jaden McDaniels and Jonathan Isaac. But just looking at the entire situation, somebody said in a comment, we don't really need Jonathan Isaac. Yes, he does a lot of stuff that does not show up in the box score. I'm not even talking about that. It's just, I feel like I can get somebody who can contribute in the box score and on defense too. Like, look at how many games he helped us win. He helped us lose games, and that's not a good sign. And this also shows how reliant we are on Karl Anthony Towns, man. Like, without him, we are complete bums. Like we just got so many things to actually work on. I'm looking at every single aspect of this entire thing. Maybe a D'Lo Book backcourt. There's a possibility that if we do make this trade with Imani, that Denny's getting moved. But it's just so many moving pieces, and by the end of this episode, I want to put together the best lineup possible. So heading into the offseason, these are the player retirements. Like, we look at every single aspect, and I looked at every single thing before coming to this episode. A backcourt of D'Lo and Book, me getting Imani Bates, me going after Bradley Beal, me going after some restricted free agents. I looked at all of it, and yeah, a massive trade definitely has to be coming. So that all starts off with a draft lottery, because depending on who gets the #1 overall pick can determine if we can actually make this trade for Imani Bates, because I do think that would be the best thing. And the San Antonio Spurs walk away with the #1 overall pick, which for us is actually kind of a good thing, because San Antonio is somebody that likes to actually, you know, they like veteran players. But we do decide to fire Kenny Atkinson, because we always said that he was a bridge coach, and we did make the playoffs. But you know, Nick Nurse just got fired from the Raptors after having a losing season and missing out on the playoffs. So we go ahead and pick him up. He has championship experience, and we feel that he would actually mesh well with some of our young players. But other than that, after looking at all these different scenarios, we do decide the best move for us is to go after Imani Bates. And that's when we get into trade talks with the San Antonio Spurs. They want to get a big man in this draft. They have Onyeka. They would like to get a power forward or a center. So we start working out some of these scenarios, and we have the 19th pick. So looking at their team, Onyeka is going to be their center. They would definitely like somebody like Denny Avdija. And if we can give these guys a really sturdy lineup, that would be great. So we actually agreed to a sign and trade with the San Antonio Spurs, where we're going to be trading them a plethora of young players and established players as well. Players that are more of a guarantee, because Imani is just one guy. We also get Kai Jones with a late pick as well in the second round. But I do feel like this was a decent trade. Yes, this is going to be a lot, because Imani is the #1 overall pick. And we're going to be bringing back Josh Okogie. I really like that lineup. Like, I really do. So the trade, as far as it goes with San Antonio, we get Imani Bates. We're giving them Naz Reid. We're giving them that big man that we drafted in the first round. We also go ahead and of course, this is built around Denny Avdija, who was great on our team, and it's somebody that San Antonio really likes. We give them Cassius Stanley, who was developing, and we also give them a first round pick as well. That is a that is a massive trade for a unproven player. But I just feel like he helps us a lot. And San Antonio sees this as them getting depth and them getting established players with more value. So I actually kind of understand it. So other than that, we also look at the possibility of trading Jonathan Isaac, because now we got forwards and Jaden McDaniels and Imani. And I got so many offers. I got offers for Devin Booker, and I considered taking it, but then I was like, hold on. That's way too much scoring, no defense at all. And he wants out too. Isaac wants out of Minnesota. So what do we do? Like I said, we got offers for Booker. Like, they offered us Devin Booker for Isaac and like a first round pick and like somebody else, some like random player. I think it was Kai Jones. We passed on that deal. We're sending him to the New York Knicks. And the reason for that is because I do want to go ahead and start Josh Okogie. I feel like the same way Jonathan Isaac played that defensive role for us, Josh Okogie can play that in the backcourt, because D'Lo will not be guarding any team's best player. And more than likely, the best player is going to be a guard. So we get a first round pick for Jonathan Isaac. Hopefully he does good over there, but that's the move that we actually make. We don't go crazy. All we do is re-up Josh Okogie. We kept Jarrett Culver, which was great for us. We actually considered moving him if we had to get Imani Bates. But looking at next year's lineup, it's going to be D'Angelo Russell, Josh Okogie. The forwards are going to be Imani and Jaden. It really just depends on that, like on how that goes. Imani is obviously bigger, but Jaden is stronger. Jaden's a better post defender as well, and Jaden's a better rebounder. And of course, Cat. And I really like the lineup. It gives us a lot of scoring. The scoring comes from D'Lo, Imani, and Towns. And then defensively, we have Jaden and Josh Okogie. Now, of course, Jaden is a bucket in his own right, but Josh Okogie is an amazing perimeter defender, and he can knock down his open threes because we have been developing that. So Nick Nurse, we also make sure that he is running the 7 seconds offense. But I really like the moves that we actually made. I don't think that all of them are that outlandish. I think that they could all possibly happen. Denny was looking like he could become a possible all-star. And even looking at the San Antonio Spurs team after that trade with us, they look very, very, very good. So looking at you guys are done the lineup. The bench, we like Jarrett Culver. He's going to be decent there. Zaire Wade. We picked up Sharif O'Neal in free agency. And of course, we are waiting on RJ Hampton to come back. So when Hampton comes back, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. He's obviously going to be a shooting guard now. But do we start him over Josh Okogie, or we just let him run it off the bench? Because if he's coming off the bench, he's obviously going to be our go-to scorer. Like that's without a question. Like if we put RJ as our sixth man, he's gonna definitely be the go-to scorer. Like, look at some of these guys. We got DeMar Carroll, JaVale McGee. We also picked up another center as well. This team could definitely be competing for a championship. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It wasn't too long. I didn't show you guys all the moves. We got a lot of offers. Like, we could have gotten the Devin Booker, but I think the biggest thing isn't to get every single good player that we can possibly get. It's to build a championship team. We improved at coach. They got us ranked 6. But look at San Antonio right there at number 8 in the power rankings with their new lineup as well. It's very, they got an insanely deep team now. Like, it's really, really good. But our team is improving. We got better. And hopefully Nick Nurse can lead us to a championship. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace, y'all.